Hello everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. So I hope you are doing good. So today we will be discuss about constructor, like what is constructor and how to make a constructor and how to use a constructor. First let me tell you some little bit information about related to constructor. There are some properties for constructor, like it has same name as class name. You should remember these points, and it will never return anything, like there is no return type for this anything anything. And this is basically used to allocate memory to a object. And this is, you can also call this is a member method. So that's all. Let's see how it works. Like for this we have to create a class, and there are two variables in my class, like there is num1 and int num2. Okay, so when I will make a is object for this class xyz, obj is equal to new xyz. So when I make a object for this xyz class, at that time this constructor will get called. Like if you are making any constructor or not, still there is a constructor present in each and every class. Like what you are writing here, xyz is also a constructor. Let me show you how. So if you're not creating any constructor in a class, and still there is a default constructor which is already called, that constructor is only responsible for memory allocations, like how much will this object can take in our memory or heap memory, you can say. So let's create a constructor. Rule for the constructor, it will not return anything. So we are not going to use any return statement here, and it has the same name as class name. So write this. It is like member method. So we have already see how to make a method. Like for method we use access specifier, then return type, then method name, and after that we are using a small bracket. So let's run this. Inside inside cons constructor. Okay, let's save this. So there is one more question, like do we need to call this method constructor to get our calculation done to do I need to call this? So the answer is no. This is an amazing point. When you are creating object of any class, constructor will get called. We don't need to call that constructor. Like we don't need to write like this obj dot xyz. We don't need to write this. Like for a variable we are writing like obj dot num1, but for method, for constructor, we don't need to write like obj dot xyz. It will already get called. It will be called when we are creating any object of any classes. So let's run this and let's see the output. You can see inside constructor, I have not called that particular constructor in my main class, but still it will get printed because when we are creating object, it will get called. So there is one more thing, constructor overloading. If a constructor have different parameters in a same class, then we can say that is called constructor overloading. Let me show you how this work. Like public xyz, and there is a variable int a, and inside this I am just printing a value. A is, and then just a. And let's for this there is a parameter here. So while we are creating object for that class, we need to just pass parameter here. So I am giving 5 because I am taking in type of values. Let's save this and run this. You can see a is 5. This constructor will get called, like this constructor called. So we can make whatever, how much we want to make. Like there is, I'm creating one more constructor here, like xyz. and there are two parameters in present in this constructor, and I am just adding those two. So for adding, I am creating a variable here int sum. Int sum is equal to a plus b. Okay, and just try to print that sum is, and just concatenate sum here. And for this I have to just pass two parameters here, 6 and 5, and you can see we are getting 11 here. So we can create so much constructor, but their parameters should be different. And just revise all the constructor related topics, like constructor has the same name as the class name. It will never return anything because there is no return type. It should be public, so that we can use that constructor in any other class. When we are creating we are creating object, uh, then constructor is the only one who is responsible to allocate memory. This is same as the member method. And if constructor have same name, like constructor already have same name and parameters are different from each other, then we can say this process is called constructor overloading. So you can try more example to just learn these things. You will get uh, like your understanding will grow. You will get more understanding using this. So try to solve more problems using constructor. So that's all for this video. Thank you.